Hi guys, today we are going to discuss about glandular epithelium. Okay guys, epithelium is what? It is the tissue which is one of the four kind of tissues in the animal body. Epithelium tissue is the mainly they can function. It is originate from three germ layers. Epithelial tissue originate from three germ layers: ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Ecto, meso and endoderm. Epithelial tissue germinate from three germ layers. Mean in the body, in the human body, everywhere there is a epithelial tissue. Okay. The types of epithelial tissues, okay, squamous epithelial tissue, squamous epithelial tissue and cuboidal epithelial tissue, columnar epithelial tissue and ciliated epithelial tissue and glandular epithelial tissue. These are the types from the epithelial tissue. Based on their function, okay, epithelial tissues are made different structure. Based on their function, they made different structures. The functions of the epithelial tissue, they can give the protection and as well secretion, diffusion and absorption. These are the main functions of the epithelial tissue. Secretion, diffusion and absorption. Based on that, there are kind of epithelial tissues: squamous, cuboidal, columnar, ciliated and glandular. If come to the squamous, they can cover all body parts. Okay. If come to the cuboidal, okay, they can secrete something, they can absorb something. Squamous is there is any diffusion boundaries, okay, and filtration boundaries. If come to the ciliated epithelial tissue, there is a cilia. It is made from the cytoplasm of the epithelial tissue to make something objection to move. And as well glandular epithelial tissue also same like function, which is mainly secretions. Among this, glandular epithelial tissue as secretion, okay, the function of the glandular epithelial tissue mainly secretion. Okay. Yeah, the definition, mainly this tissue secretion, what they can secrete, this is the main. Okay. They can secrete enzymes, and they can secrete hormones, and as well they can secrete mucus and sweat. Okay. Where there is a fluid need, they can epithelial tissue modified, either single cell or multi cells, they can modify it to make something secretions. Okay. These kind of secretions, enzymes, hormones and mucus and sweat. Look into this, how much this important. Okay. Yes. And if come to the glandular epithelial, there is a secretion going to take place everywhere, like where actually need. Okay. Guys, come to this next slide. Okay. Yeah, structure of the glandular epithelial tissue. They can modify epithelial tissue modified from single cell or multicellular, cells. Okay. They can modified from the single cell or multi-cell. If come to the single cell, there is in the stomach, okay, in the stomach, okay, there is a cells, goblet cells, like one cell they can modify into the goblet cell, they can secrete mucus, this is the single cell. If come to the multi-cell sweat glands, this is the duct, this is also duct, okay. Multi-cells, like this is the cell, this is the cell, this is the cell, this is the cell, these are the cells together to secrete something, sweat, okay, to give the out of the fluid through the ducts. This is the multicellular, okay. The glandular epithelial cells, they can made from the single cell and as well multi-cell, okay. Yes, come to the next slide, okay. Yes, types of the glandular epithelial cells based on the structure, single cell or multi-cell. Types, some are duct, some are ductless. Ducts we can call exocrine, okay. Ductless we can call endocrine, okay. Ducts mean they can secrete either mucus or more an enzyme, they can secrete from their surface, the cell surface, they can secrete their cell surface into the ducts, okay. Yeah, if it is like sweat gland, okay, if it is sweat gland, this is the duct, they can secrete into the ducts surface, they can carry forward. If it is the ductless, okay, they secretes into the blood. If it is thyroid gland, this is the thyroid gland, there is a blood vessel, this is the blood vessel, this is the thyroid glands, they can give the hormone into the blood directly, they can give the hormone into the directly. This is the endocrine, endo mean in, okay, there is no ducts, they can directly enter into the blood, their secretions, this is what endocrine. So based on duct and ductless, there is endocrine glands and exocrine glands, okay. Yes, if come to the exocrine glands, okay. Exocrine glands, examples they may ask you which one of the following is comes under exocrine, okay. Examples, salivary glands, sweat glands, okay, sebaceous glands, oily glands and mammary glands. Exocrine glands, salivary glands, this is the salivary gland, this is the duct, okay, they can secrete, so exocrine, okay. So ducts, these cells they can like secretes into the ducts, their surface, okay. Yeah, mode of the secretion, this is most important. Merocrine, apocrine and halocrine. Merocrine, apocrine and halocrine. Merocrine, example salivary gland, if come to the salivary gland, they can give the saliva, secretions into the saliva. There is no effect to this cell, there is no effect to the cells. Cell part they do not get into the form saliva. this cell, the part do not make the saliva. Saliva is the completely outer structure from the cell. Cell cannot damage. This is the apocrine. Merocrine. Apocrine. Apocrine, example, mammary glands. Mammary glands. Mammary glands, they produce milk. They produce milk. This some part of the cell, some part of the cells turn into the secretion. Turn into the secretion. Secretion. This is about mammary glands. Mammary glands are example of apocrine. Merocrine, there is a cell which is secrete the cells, they do not affect the part of the cells do not do not form into the secretions. But if come to this apocrine, certain part of the cell, not whole cell, certain part of the cell they can turn into the secretions. Mammary glands, example, milk producing glands. And as well halocrine, sebaceous gland, our sweat glands, they completely the cell which is sebaceous gland, the completely cell disintegrate to form sebum. Sebaceous gland. This is about allocrine based on the secretes. These merocrine, apocrine, halocrine comes under duct, exocrine glands. Okay? Yes, cool. Yes, next one, endocrine glands. Endo mean in. They secretes direct into the blood, no ducts. They secretes direct into the blood. There is no ducts. So, example, thyroid gland, thyroid, pituitary gland, adrenal gland and pancreas, insulin. Okay? Yes. Insulin comes under exocrine and endocrine both. Okay? If come to the option, insulin comes under endocrine, obviously endocrine, don't confuse, it is a mixed gland, not comes under endocrine. It can be comes under endocrine and exocrine, pancreas. Okay? Don't confuse. Secretes, what they secretes? Hormones they can secrete, insulin they can secrete, thyroxine they can secrete, adrenaline they can secrete. These. Okay? Yep. Function of the endocrine, they can regulate metabolism, growth and homeostasis. Yeah, regulate metabolism, growth and homeostasis, the function of the endocrine glands. Okay? They might ask you indirect question, endocrine gland functions. These glands, whichever they going to make functions, this comes under endocrine activity. Okay? Yep. Mixed gland. Both endocrine and exocrine we can call mixed gland. Both endocrine and exocrine we can call mixed gland. Okay? Example, pancreas and endocrine, it can be released digestive enzymes and hormone. It can be released enzymes and hormone, that is mixed gland. Okay? Yes. Yeah. Functions of the glandular epithelium tissue. Functions. What are the functions? They produce enzymes, right? They produce enzymes. Okay? Yeah. Digestive enzyme, glandular epithelium, digestive enzyme. This is the digestive system. Digestive system. In the small intestine or stomach, there is a such kind of goblet cells. Goblet cells. They release digestive enzyme. Digestive enzymes. Okay, example pepsinogen, pepsin, pepsinogen. Okay, yeah, these kind of goblet cells, especially if the come to the glandular epithelium, goblet cells in the digestive system, goblet cells in the digestive system. Okay, yes, yeah, and hormones, endocrine glands, hormones. Okay, they can release hormones and as well enzymes. Okay, yeah, about I am talking about glandular epithelium, not particular any exocrine endocrine, overall glandular epithelium. Okay, yes, and excretion, they involve in the excretion. Sweat glands, okay, they can used for the maintaining temperature. Okay, okay, yeah, humans are like not cold blooded, they are the warm blooded animals. Okay, humans, they can regulate their temperature as well. Okay, yes, and in that way there is a sweat glands are somewhat helps, okay, to like involve the lubrication into the our skin for the condition. Okay, yes, and lubrication of and protection. Okay, mucus secretion in the respiratory and digestive tract prevent damage. Okay, in the respiratory tract, this is the respiratory tract, okay, trachea, this is also cells turn into the goblet cells, one cell, only single cell turn into the goblet cells, they can give the like lubrication into the trachea, involve the function of the this goblet cell in the trachea. Okay, give the lubrication condition for smooth functioning of air passage and as well trap the bacteria or any microorganisms. Okay, this is about the tract. Okay, they can protect from the damage from the like air which is forcefully enter into the trachea. Okay, there is a cells in the trachea to turn into the glandular epithelium. Okay, yes, yeah, homeostasis and regulation, endocrine hormones involved in the to regulate the body, homeostasis. Okay, yes, next, yeah, heterocrine, this is most important guys. Heterocrine, definition of the heterocrine, there is a endocrine function and as well exocrine function, both together to form heterocrine. Hetero mean both different, hetero mean different, both endocrine and exocrine called heterocrine. It is the both, okay, both characters. Structure of the heterocrine glands, both endocrine and exocrine tissues. Okay, exocrine part is there. Okay, exocrine part, they can release enzymes, okay, other substances via ducts, ducts is the key word here. Okay, for the exocrine mean ducts. Endocrine, they can secretes hormone into the directly into the blood. There is no ducts. Okay, this is endocrine. Endocrine and exocrine together we can call heterocrine. Okay, there is a duct and a ductless. As you know, the example is pancreas, best example, most important example. They can ask you everywhere. They can ask you everywhere the characteristics of the like pancreas. Pancreas located in the, it is associated gland for the digestive system, associated gland for the digestive system. So it can be involved in the digestion of the food, proteins. Does it mean they can release enzymes, and it can be regulate, which is the food digested, to maintain blood pH, to maintain hormonal function, which is insulin and glucagon, which is relevant to the digestive system and relevant to the blood. Okay? Yes. So, going to discuss about exocrine activity and endocrine activity of this insulin, of this pancreas. Okay? Yeah, pancreas exocrine part mean, yeah, this is digestive system. Okay, small intestine, this is small intestine attached with pancreas. This is pancreas. Pancreas has a such a duct. This is duct. This is duct. Duct as this acini cells. Acini cells. This duct as acini cells, they release enzyme, digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes. Okay, this is up to the 99% of the part. 99% of part they can release enzymes. Enzymes, and 1% of the part. Here duct over. Here duct over. 1% of the part. This is the part. They can release hormone. Who release? Highlights of Langerhans. Highlights of Langerhans follicles. They release hormones. Such hormones are insulin and glucagon. There are separate cells which is produce insulin and glucagon. Insulin produce beta cells, glucagon produce alpha cells. Insulin produce beta cells, glucagon produce alpha cells. Okay? Yes. So this is ductless 1%, mean endocrine. This is duct, mean exocrine. So endocrine activity is there, exocrine activity is there in the insulin. Does it mean it is a mixed gland? Endocrine and exocrine. Exocrine activity is 99% of the part. Endocrine is the 1%. Endocrine release hormones, exocrine release enzymes in the insulin. Okay, cool. Yeah, digestive enzymes. Exocrine release digestive enzymes, that is amylase, lipase, trypsin. Amylase used for the carbohydrate digestion, lipase used for the lipids digestion, fats, and trypsin. Okay, it is digestive enzyme for the protein. Okay, yeah, into the small intestine, they release into the small intestine. Okay, via pancreatic duct, via pancreatic duct. This is pancreatic duct. Okay, yes. Yeah, endocrine activity, function of the endocrine, secretes insulin and glucagon. Insulin and glucagon is the antagonistic hormone, antagonistic hormones. Antagonistic mean they can work opposite each other. Antagonistic, they can work opposite each other. So somatostatin into the blood regulate glucose levels. This antagonistic hormone, they regulate glucose levels in the blood. Okay, this is about mixed gland, heterocline gland. Okay, the functions of the heterocline gland. Yeah, and there are other heterocline glands, guys, other heterocline glands. Exocrine function of the heterocline gland, which is testis produces sperm, ovaries produces like eggs into the reproductive tract. This is also heterocrine gland. Okay, which one of the following is heterocrine gland? They can give you like pancreas, testis. Okay, both are heterocline gland. Okay, endocrine function, testis secretes testosterone and ovaries secretes estrogen, progesterone into the bloodstream. Just look into this. Testis and ovaries are the heterocline glands. There is a exocrine activity, endocrine activity. Just look into this. What is exocrine activity? Most of the people know testis as exocrine, endocrine. It is a heterocrine, and ovaries also exocrine, heterocrine. Okay, and which part comes under exocrine? Mean the production of sperm and ova comes under exocrine. Production of hormones comes under endocrine. Here there is pancreas also, production of enzymes comes under exocrine, production of hormones comes under endocrine. Don't confuse. Production of hormone, here also production of hormone comes under endocrines. Why? Hormones, they are easily enter into the blood, they can reach everywhere, they can stimulate brain, they can stimulate other target organs. So hormones mainly endocrine, mainly most of the hormones endocrine. They can easily enter into the blood and they can circulate throughout the body where the target reach. Okay? Yes. Here endocrine activity and functions of the heterocline glands. Previously we did functions of the all glandular, all, that is about all. Here the function of the only heterocrine. Heterocrine, they can secrete enzymes, they can secrete hormone protection and a dual role. Okay, help to the digestive enzyme, pancreas. And hormone, they regulate the metabolism, reproduction and homeostasis, hormones. And dual role, they perform both local and exo and systematic endo. Okay, systematic endo. This all about glandular epithelium. Okay, this is also most important chapter for any entrance exam. Okay, further topic we are going to discuss. Stay tuned, Neet World. Thank you.